I spy with my little eye. Something beginning with L.
L.
You'll never guess it.
The light.
Fine. You would guess it.
There's
First go.
there's quite a few of them around here. Okay, then my turn. I spy with my little eye. Something beginning with S.
Oh, I bet it's super easy. Seat, obviously.
Nope.
Oh.
There's actually quite a few of them around.
Shelf?
No, there's not quite a few shelves, and that does start with S, but no.
Silence?
You cannot see silence, so no. Oh.
Oh.
How long has that been there?
Oh, I don't know.
Hi. How long have you been there waiting?
Sorry.
Don't mind us.
We're just killing some time. Didn't realize you guys had tuned in already. Welcome to the lead.
So glad that you've made it. My name's Cal.
And I'm Mickey.
And together
we're
Cal and Mickey. You're watching the link. You've probably been watching for a while. Who knows?
Sorry.
We're playing I Spy.
We are.
It's my turn. I'm winning.
And I just can't guess
Starts
it.
with S.
Cal said
Got any
that
ideas?
he says they're all around
They're a
this
bit
room.
hard to see, but they're definitely evident. There's some over there. I can see over there. There's some.
I have
some
no
down there on the
idea
floor.
what you're talking about, Cal. I can only see seats. That's the one thing with S that I can see. Maybe.
Maybe.
Cal.
We park it and get on with the show.
Oh, yes, the show. Yes, of course. But before we keep going, Cal, I'm a bit worried that I'm blind.
That you're blind because you can't see what.
Because I can't see where or what you're talking about.
That is a good worry to have. Actually, that reminds me of a Bible character who was looking for something and then he went blind. He was trying to figure something out. He couldn't figure it out and then he went blind.
Are you saying that because I can't figure this out, I'm going to go blind?
No. Well, the character I'm thinking of, he wasn't blind for too long. So you should be right. But he still went blind.
Okay, that's not really consoling me, but all right. That's fine.
You'll be fine, Mick. Don't worry.
All right, fine. Well, let's get on with the show. But before we continue, is it that?
No.
All right, Lingers, before we go any further, let's bow our heads and pray together. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you that we can be here together again on the link, and thank you that it's Sabbath and that we can take a rest from our school and work. God, I pray that you be with us today and as we learn more about you, and help us to always want to get to know you more and treat each other with kindness. Thanks, God, for loving us always. In your holy name, amen.
Psst, Linkers. Hey, I'm over here. Hey, can you see me? So, we're doing a challenge. Mickey is blindfolded over there, and I'm hiding here. And she's only allowed to use her ears to work out where I am. Okay? Let's play.
Hello, Mickey.
Hi, Cal.
Where could I be hiding?
Can you say a few more words?
Ask me a question and I'll answer.
Are you to the right or the left? I think you're to the left.
Correct.
Okay. You're somewhere over there.
Well, you're our left. Well, their left. Someone's left.
Someone's left. I'm guessing you're not straight ahead.
I'm not in my usual spot.
You're
if
not
that
in
helps.
your usual spot. Oh, so you're not here at the desk?
Nope.
Are you...
How bad at this game are you?
Are you over near the lolly trolley?
Somewhat.
Are
Also, the people at home might want to hear you, which requires a microphone.
Are you near the memory boat shelf? Are you in the
Possibly.
memory boat shelf?
I am possibly in the memory bird shelf. Take off your blindfold. Hi.
Ah, you said the memory boat
I'm
shelf.
part of the memory bird shelf. Don't know what this accent is, but we're going with it.
Your echoey voice kind of made me
Hello,
think
hello.
you were
It is
in
quite
the
echoey in here, actually. Well done. You did it.
Thank you, everyone. I'm really good at this.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks for playing.
Can you find Cal? Dude. When was the last time we moved part of the set on this show?
Sorry about Hello, everybody. It is time for my favorite time of day, and I know what time it is without even wearing a watch. It's the Wheel of Something time.
I don't know why I'm miming. My mic does work.
And I guess I'll give it a twirl or a spin or a whirl, as Cal says.
Or
Stole your line.
flick.
Oh, a flick. That's a new
Found
one.
a new verb.
New one. All right. Oh, it's green, and green is...
What does it say, Mickaroo?
Lolly trolley, this is how we roll.
Is that all one?
It's all one. It means
Okay.
what we need for this is how we roll is on the lolly trolley. That's what that means. Thank you.
In
Kel.
Link tradition, should we put this on the table
Put this
or
on
not?
the table. And
I reckon. Can you see that?
last time we put things on the table, we
We
broke
broke
it.
it. What?
Ooh.
Groovy. I feel like a singer. Du- du- du. You got the lolly trolley here.
We have the lolly trolley.
And it was, this is how I re-roll edition.
This is how we roll edition. So we have these lovely,
Not a sponsor.
not a sponsor, but lovely nonetheless, fruit yo-yos.
Oh, sugar-free. Nice.
Yeah, they're
That's
quite
how I like
actually
it.
good
Free card
ingredients.
inside, yes please.
Oh, I love free cards.
What are we doing? There is a card.
Oh, they didn't even lie about
That's actually
it.
so cool. There's two roll. These are mine. These are a good product.
Good product. Okay, what we have to do, Cal?
Guatemala. Sorry. Yes.
We have to unroll these rolls,
Yeah. Both of them or just one?
both of them.
Ah. They're not very unroll friendly.
Pause.
Okay, I've got one
Now,
super duper long
We
roll.
have a super long roll, and we have to try and eat this as much. No, without using our hands.
Oh no. Okay.
Ready?
Here we go.
Go.
Cue the music.
On the floor.
That's not my problem.
I lost.
This is actually really yummy.
That was harder than I thought.
That was easier than.
Thank you for joining. Wheel of Something. Roly poly. This is how we roll edition. Hello, Linkers, and welcome to Serious Science Storytime Edition.
It's time for a story, but we're going to use. Oh, look at my lab coat. We're going to use
And my glasses.
some science to tell the story.
So there was a man named Saul. Hi, Saul. How you going, mate?
This is Saul. No jokes. This is a jar.
That represents Saul.
It doesn't. Yes, it doesn't look like Saul. It's not Saul. But for this story, it's like it's Saul.
Use your imagination.
Pretend that this is. Pretend that this is Saul.
Cool.
He was a man.
Yes, he was.
He was in the Bible, in fact.
He was in the
That's
Bible.
where this story comes from.
It does. Yes. So Saul was a man, but he was a very bad man.
He wasn't very
that
nice.
great. As you can see, Saul's
He's a bit dirty.
a bit dirty.
If I stand here, you can see the white background.
Yeah. He wasn't a very good person. Do you know what Saul used to do, Cal?
No idea what.
Saul used to kill Christians.
Oh my.
People who
That's cool.
loved Jesus. Saul didn't like them at all. He didn't want anything to do with God, and he used to persecute them.
That sounds pretty bad. You know, I don't think this is dirty enough for Saul.
No. So he was a pretty bad guy.
Let's
and
put some of this in
he
because.
just kept doing bad things. He got dirtier and dirtier and just, it was...
Here we go.
Whoa. Wow, that's pretty
That's
murky, isn't
pretty
it?
dirty.
I'm gonna hold that up and show the link.
That's
Oh.
quite. That's quite dark.
Wow, I can't
Kind of
even see
purplish.
through that anymore.
Look at that.
Yeah. See, this represents Saul. He was a pretty bad person. He just did not have any good in his heart at all. But then what happened, Cal?
So, Saul received a letter. Now, in this letter was permission for him and his men to go to a city and to kill and capture the Christians there.
Oh, no wonder he was a bit murky inside. He was
Yes.
not a very nice person.
So, he packed all his stuff together, he got his horse ready, and he got his men ready, and they started off on their journey. They were going along, they were going to do their mission, and all of a sudden, something happened. There was the most brilliant flash of light you've ever seen. It was so bright they had to close their eyes. He fell off his horse. Everyone was confused what was happening. And then he heard a voice, a booming voice. And it said, Saul, Saul. He was so scared. Saul, why are you persecuting me?
And then Saul said, "Who are you?" And then the voice said, "I am Jesus. I am the one you are hurting." Now Saul was even more afraid. "Get up and go to the city," the voice of Jesus said. "When you get there, you will be told what to do." So Saul stood up and he opened his eyes. But when he opened his eyes, he couldn't see. He was completely blinded.
Can you close your eyes at home? Close them as tight as you can. Now, stand up. See if you can feel anything around you. Imagine not being able to see anything at all. How scary that was.
That'd be
He had to
pretty
go to a
scary.
city where he didn't even know where it was, and he was blind. How was he going to do it? Saul and his men went on their way to Damascus. And remember, he was blind when they were going on their way. When they got there, they met a man, a Christian man, and his name was Ananias. Now, remember, what was Saul originally going there for? He was going to go and hurt the Christians, wasn't he? So Ananias was probably a bit scared, but they didn't know that Saul couldn't see, and also that Saul had heard from God. So Ananias, what did he have to tell Saul?
Well, Ananias heard that Saul was putting Christians in prison and he was killing them, and he was worried that might happen to him too, as Cal just said. Ananias was told by God that Saul was different now. He had changed his life, and so Ananias went to pray with Saul and to teach him more about Jesus. And then after Ananias had prayed with Saul, Saul could see again, and Saul had Jesus in his heart.
This is the most exciting part.
It's so exciting.
Ananias shared Jesus with Saul, and in fact, he didn't just change his life, he actually changed his name too.
Yeah.
He became known as Paul.
Paul.
He went from Saul to Paul. Now watch what happened to dirty old Saul when he met Jesus.
No way.
Just like that. Saul's heart was cleaned.
That's
Paul was a new man.
amazing. And that's so amazing because you know what, Cal? Like, we mess up all the time as humans. We sin and we make heaps of mistakes, and sometimes we can feel dirty and all messed up and icky, but Jesus can come in and clean our hearts just like he did with Saul or Paul. And we don't have to change our name every time we mess up, or we don't have to...
I'm glad for that.
Yeah, which is, it might get inconvenient. But this story just goes to show that it's never too late to start a life with Jesus. And it's never too late to start that life again if you mess up or you feel like you've made a mistake. Because Jesus always has enough chances for us, and he always loves us.
I know that I make mistakes all the time, but you know, when we stuff up, when we turn black and icky on the inside, we can ask Jesus to forgive us, and he will do that. Just like
makes us
when
clean
we
again.
pour that solution in, it turns us clean, just like that. I hope that you remember that, and you remember the story of Saul who turned into Paul.
Wow, what a cool episode, learning that it is never too late to start a life following Jesus. And you know, like, no matter how much we mess up, all we have to do is say, "What now?" and Jesus will show us the way.
I really like the story of Paul because when you think about Saul turning into Paul, that's amazing. I thought Saul was a goner. He was not going in the right direction, but he met Jesus. He had an experience with Jesus, and after that, he was on fire for Jesus. And if you read the Bible, in the New Testament, lots of the books there are about Paul and all the wonderful things that he did. So that is so exciting to me.
It so is, and it just goes to show that God really can use and love anyone, even though we all mess up sometimes.
That reminds me of our new Bible verse for these few next episodes.
Cool.
It is found in 2 Corinthians 5 verse 17. It says, "This means that anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. The old life is gone and new life has begun."
What a cool verse. Just like the science experiment we saw earlier, Jesus can make us new again.
And remember at the beginning of the episode, we played the hiding challenge. I was hiding in the memory boat shelf.
Yes.
Well, I have the trusty blindfold that you were using, and it reminds us that sometimes it's like we're blindfolded. We can't see where we're going. Just like Saul, he was not going in the right direction because he didn't have Jesus in his heart. But when we have Jesus in our heart, it's like he takes the blindfold off and he shows us where he wants us to go. So I'm going to put this on the memory boat shelf so that we can remember this episode that we had today.
Cool. And don't forget, linkers, if you have any emails or questions or you're just enjoying the show, shoot us an email at collegechurch@avondale.edu.au. We love to hear from you.
From us for now. See you, linkers.
Is it over there?
Nope.
Is it the seal in the fridge?
Nope. I can't see that from here.
I have no idea, Cal. I don't know. I give up.
You can't give up.
I do. I choose to give up.
It is shadows.
Oh,
They're everywhere.
shadows.
Gotcha!
Wow, that's the. Oh,
Have a good week, everyone.
bye.